Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gaijin Guided. And this time I want to talk about something kind of interesting that came up in some of my discussions with my students this week. And we were talking about how American high schools have things like prom and various other dances throughout the year. So I asked them, well, what do you think would happen if they had a dance like this, the American style dance party dance at a Japanese high school. And more than a few people said to me things like, oh, well, nobody would go, or people might go, but no one would really ask someone else to dance. And I said to that, well, okay, why? Well, unsurprisingly, the number one answer was that people are shy, or I guess I should say, the students told me Japanese people are shy. Okay, make of that what you will. But I also had one person point out to me, it's like, uh, students here really don't know how to dance. And that kind of got me thinking about, the situation back in America. Now, I never went to dances when I was in high school because I just don't like dancing. I'm really, really bad at it, and it's just, to me, not fun. But I did get to thinking about it, and yeah, it is a lot more common in America for students to know how to dance. I mean, the high school near where I used to live, I know for a fact that one of the elective classes that it offered was dance. I don't think it was. I'm pretty sure it wasn't ballet dancing. I think it was just sort of like modern dance, sort of like what you would see in like musicals and things like that. Uh, but still, it did sort of hit me that yeah, it's much more common for students to, in their free time, dance or just have at least some idea of how to dance. And this is just one of those things that never really occurred to me. Now, I figured that an American style prom or something like that probably wouldn't go over too well at a school here in Japan, for the main reason that yeah, like people here, I think doing that sort of dance, asking other people to dance, for young people here, that's where the gender lines are a lot more regimented. Like one thing I noticed when I was working at a junior high school here is that a lot of the times, if you kind of had students like kind of had like go work with whoever, without fail, the boys would gather on one side of the room and the girls would gather on another. But another thing that someone pointed out to me, I said, like, well, why do you think? I kind of asked them, like, okay, well, we don't have these sort of dances in schools in Japan, and I said, well, why do you think that is? And one of them told me, um, it's because teachers here are very hardcore about students should spend their time studying, not dancing. And there is some truth to that. You do have more than a few teachers here who sort of take the attitude of, yeah, teenagers, high school students especially, your job is to basically study your butt off, and anything else is secondary. And yeah, I can totally imagine that there would be quite a few teachers who would be very, very strongly opposed to something like this. Things like school festivals and sports days, those are supposed to be the sort of fun, blow off steam, have some fun, make nice school memories activities. Something that was just about dancing, well, that again would not go over so well. Obviously, Sports Day has the benefit of promoting athleticism, and Culture Day has the benefit of promoting culture. So, things that teachers usually can get behind without too many caveats. But just dancing for fun? Well, the the hardcore types here, yeah, I can definitely see some of them being very, very opposed to that sort of thing, particularly if, as would be quite obvious, you were sort of taking this idea from American culture, which, yeah, might not, again, go over so well. So it is interesting to just sort of note that one, this is just young people not really having as much of an idea of how to dance. as people in the United States is just something interesting to think about. In fact, usually here, if people have some sort of formal training in dance, it's usually very traditional Japanese style dance. Now, of course, you have the people that know things like, what you see in music videos and whatnot, but still, those people are a rather notable exception. Just sort of like, casual go out to a dance club type of dancing, that's much, much less common. And yeah, oh yeah, before I go, I suppose I should point out that if anyone doesn't quite understand why I'm calling this video Japan Needs Kevin Bacon, then I strongly suggest you go look up the movie Footloose, that's one word, on Wikipedia. It's quite the classic. All right, well everybody, thanks again for taking the time to spend some of your day with me. As always, please comment, rate, subscribe. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Gaijin Gaiden, and please also join me on Tumblr at Gaijin Gaiden. Until next time, take care and have a good one.